Welcome back to GCTV and welcome back to the O2 Arena as we begin to look back on a rather fascinating LGCT Super Grand Prix that has seen our champion be crowned for 2023. And that man is Julien Epayard, who joined us live in studio. Julien, you and I have spoken a lot this year after victories earlier on in the LGCT season. Everyone wanted to know where was Donatello. And Dubai Desetter comes in, you perform like this. Tell me about this incredible horse, please.
Yeah, I'm so lucky. I have two amazing horses this year, so I can split the job between two. Yeah, I was thinking Dubai was better here for the Super Grand Prix. She had a great season, medal in the European and also good result in Lyon. So yeah, at the last moment I changed a little bit my plan and it worked today.
Let's talk about changing the plan. Henrik von Eckermann came out for round two, already on 4. It felt like he came out immediately, very, very aggressive. You came out on the 0 and then had the fault. Did that affect you? Because people thought maybe now, because you didn't come out very aggressive, the time wasn't going to be there. Talk to me about when the fault went down, how you changed.
No, I didn't change my plan really.
Yeah?
My plan. No, I was thinking about 7, 1 to 2 already. I know my horse is very fast, naturally fast. She can do a lot of strike, but be fast. So yeah, the plan, the fault on number 3 was not good for me. But I keep going in the plan I have. And she jumped the triple combination very good, because after my fault on number 3 was not the most difficult fence in the round. So yeah, I still have after this a lot of fences. She jumped the triple combination amazing, and okay, she finished the round top.
Donatello in Saint-Tropez, Donatello in Monaco, and now Dubai here in Prague. How would you describe 2023 for you, Julien?
Yeah, 2023, 2022 was my 2 best seasons in my career. I just enjoy. I have amazing horses. With horses can change quickly, but I enjoy this moment, and I hope will be follow a little bit.
What does this do for 2024? You say now 22 was great, 23 was great. You're on a big upward curve. What does 2024 look like now as you begin planning?
Try to keep my horses in good form, make less mistake possible, be focused on the plan for the horses, and try to make the better plan, and to be everywhere, maximum, in the Global Champions Tour, but also in the Olympic game. So yeah, next year will be tough, and we have to think very well about about we do the season.
You have a press conference to get to. Thank you, congratulations, Julien Epayard. Amazing, amazing, amazing work. Julien Epayard, your 2023 LGCT Super Grand Prix champion. He needs to rush off to do press conferences. The press are waiting. Questions are going to be thrown at him. Celebrations are going to be thrown at him. And it is going to be a big weekend for a very, very successful, financially as well. Just need to remind you, Frederik de Backer pointing out the 1.5 million Grand Prix in Monaco, a 1.25 million Grand Prix here tonight. It has been a very successful year for Julien Epayard. Let's take a look at the results and remind you as to how things ended here tonight at the end of the LGCT Super Grand Prix. Henrik von Eckermann, to be fair, perhaps felt as if that early 4 cost him the entire title. You could see the look, the emotion on his face, even throughout the celebrations on the podium, feeling disappointed, feeling like he had let himself and of course his team down with that fault in the opening round. Max Kuhner, outstanding season for him, on the podium multiple times in the LGCT season, and now once again in the Prague playoffs. As we said, Bertram Allen as well, now squeezing into 4th place, and there we see the rest of the finishers. Peter Fredriksson with a run out, unfortunate for him. David Will and Kobe for Philip Weishout finishing in the final spot. Frederik de Backer is in his commentary spot for one final time. Frederik, you and I spoke at the end of round 1, calling it rather remarkable, and at the end of round 2, I wonder if remarkable is still applicable. Is there a new word for you to use to describe how that ended? Because I think all of us were holding our breath watching the climax of this LGCT Super Grand Prix.
I can't come up with a word straight away, not just yet. My head is still full of what we've seen. I have to process it. The fact that out of 7 clears from round 1 we don't get a double clear is most remarkable. I do like it when these very iconic Grand Prix like the Super Grand Prix like that it ends without a double clear. It shouldn't be. It has to be cutthroat. It has to be tough. I kind of like the fact that it's so intense. It shouldn't be a walk in the park, especially if you're jumping for 1.25 million. The fact that Hendrik van Eckermann shows that you can fight your way back from a 4 penalty round from the first round, where you sit 8th after the first round and then make it back onto the highest step. The emotion that we have seen tonight as well from, for example, Hendrik van Eckermann, the emotion after not making a clear in round 1, knowing that he has his horse in such good form, and then of course in the end disappointed, beaten, but the first one to congratulate Julien Epayard, that also says a lot. That's at least what I have seen on my monitor. That's also a big gesture of sportsmanship from Hendrik van Eckermann. And Kuhner, we had this interview already earlier this week. Who is the man of 2024? I believe it is Max Kuhner. Watch out for the Launching Global Champions Tour Series for the championship, because Kuhner proves once again that he is the one to watch.
Certainly has been on an upward curve. As we now talk about Julien Epayard, we talk about the victories for Donatello, now with Dubai as well. He talks about 2024 being a very big year for him. Can we please just talk about the time difference, Frederick, between Van Eckermann and Julien Epayard? Very few are quicker than Julien Epayard, we know this, but in order to beat Hendrik van Eckermann by 1.27 seconds, only after a fault goes down, what does it talk about then for that final performance, those closing few lines that were approached then by Julien Epayard, the approach and the attitude that he used to close that round?
To be very, very fair with you, Mark, I thought he was slower at the first part. The 7 strides in the first line. It's a fast mare, but still extra strides left and right. If you do the stride count of Epayard in the second round, it's always going to be higher than the stride count of Hendrik van Eckermann. Van Eckermann, especially with those 6 strides into the second last line, and something that nobody else really tried or rode with that speed the way Van Eckermann did it. But yeah, apparently the ground pace and the time that this horse, Dubai du Centre, spends in the air is so little. The pace is so high, the time spent in the air is so low, that even with extra strides, she could get a second and a half of the time of King Edward, Mark. The fastest horse in the world, one of the fastest horses in the world, I have to say, because clearly now prove that he's not the fastest in the world. It's unbelievable what that mare has shown here. And if I'm right, just 10 years young. There's a 6-year career still in front of her. It's unbelievable.
This is going to be an exciting season. You start talking about Max Kuhner looking good for 2024. Well, Julien Epayard starts looking dangerous as well. Loads of development on the way. Frederick de Backer, we'll let you go. Sir, thank you very much for a fantastic night. He has been great in commentary and will return tomorrow for the GCL Super Cup final. Let's take a listen to Max Kuhner. As Frederick says, arguably one of the men to look out for in the 2024 season for the LGCT. He is on the rise. Consistency has been outstanding. Let's hear from your third place finisher tonight, Max Kuhner.
Max, at the start of this year, did you imagine that you'd be on the podium for the Super Grand Prix?
Yeah, great experience, great atmosphere here. Yeah, amazing.
How was tonight for you?
Yeah, very overwhelming. It's really fantastic spectators here. It's an amazing atmosphere, and yeah, we will miss it a lot next year.
Jacko Blue has been great all season for you. How much do you value this partnership?
Yeah, I value it a lot. He came to me 2.5 years ago, and he developed so great, and especially the last 6 months he made an amazing step, and I think he will still improve, so I'm very looking forward to that horse.
The whole experience, how special has Prague been for you to be riding here in the playoffs?
Prague is a very special show. I think we rider love it. It's a great atmosphere. A lot of horse people are coming here. It's always full and very enthusiastic audience. So yeah, really a great show.
Well done.
Thank you.
Max Kuhne jumping today on up to Yucco Blue, still has electric blue P in the stables as well. There's a reason why we are looking at him as one of the go-to men for the 2024 season. As we mentioned, Henrik von Ackermann will be kicking himself without a doubt, knowing that this title was there for him to become a two-time LGCT Super Grand Prix champion. But that fault in the opening round landed up costing him, only to be beaten out by time by Julien Epaillard. Let's hear from Henrik von Ackermann.
Henrik, King Edward jumped an amazing second round there. How did you bounce back from round one? Did you make a plan?
Yeah, I jumped amazing also the first round. Got a little bit of the second distance on number 3, so the 4 was a little bit open. I got a little toe on that plank. Of course, I was irritated about it, but a fantastic comeback. He jumped again fantastic, and I thought I also had a nice ride around the second round, and I couldn't do anything different, to be honest. It was as good as could be, and I'm really thrilled with that. And of course, from 7th place to 2nd was a great feeling.
His owner, George Canny, is also here tonight. Is there anything you'd like to say to him?
It's always thank you, you know. Without owner like this, I could not be here, I could not do this. So, you know, that's, I'm grateful for every time. It's not only King Edward, it's Khaleesi or Iliana or Glamour Girl, you know, all my owners. Without them, I'm nothing.
Well, you were champion here in 2021. You're now 2nd here with King Edward again. Just how special is this horse?
No, you know, it's without words. It's something very, very special. So you try to enjoy every time you go out in the ring with him. Of course, you have the feeling that everything else than a win is not good enough. But when you have a round like this, second round, even if I'm 2nd, it's pure joy and gratitude to the horse.
Well done.
Thank you.
Us mere mortals could only ever wish to be 2nd in an LGCT Super Grand Prix, but such are the high standards of King Edward, such are the high standards of Henrik von Ackermann, that he will leave Prague here tonight for the LGCT Super Grand Prix, feeling like there is unfinished business. But based on the performance of him over the last few years, based on the fact that King Edward is still only 13 years of age, there is still a lot of indication that next year is going to be another very dangerous and very successful year for the pairing of King Edward and Henrik von Ackermann. Before we close and say goodnight, let's remind you as to what the podium looked like, the celebrations looked like as we brought out our final 3 on the podium. Max Kuhne, as we said, a big smile on his face throughout the celebrations. Henrik von Ackermann, slightly less emotive, as we said, because of the disappointment. And there was no bigger smile than that on the face of Julien Epaillard. And the trademark jump, the trademark dance, enjoyed and celebrated by the packed stadium as he receives the 2023 LGCT Super Grand Prix trophy. It brings the curtain down on the official LGCT season. Harry Smolders, your champion of the regular season, and now Julien Epaillard, the LGCT Super Grand Prix champion. Our business is not done just yet. We have one final day to bring you tomorrow. We have one final night of action for the GCL Super Cup final. So stay with us here on GCTV. More show jumping to come tomorrow. But for tonight, Julien Epaillard, your champion, congratulations, and enjoy the celebrations. We'll see you tomorrow for the GCL. Good night.